Hello you all, welcome to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, what's good? If you are new, hey boo, I am back with another video. Okay, so I wanted to take another little nature walk with y'all, but the weather ain't so good out there. Like, it is starting to get really cold and so it was something special that I wanted to do for this video, and I'm still gonna do it. I'm gonna wait until another day, like probably when the weather is just a little bit nicer. But basically, I've been taking a couple of days to just kind of just reset and just kind of bring my energy back to just kind of talk about, just leave off where I left off in the last video. I told y'all that I was going to start a series talking about childhood demons, okay? So basically this is the second part. So I'm actually kind of glad that I made my video inside today because I'm in the comfort of my home, so I feel more comfortable to talk about this. And I have my Bible actually sitting right here in front of me, and I'm glad I'm looking at it. But I really just felt like this was an important topic to really talk about, because you got so many people that it's certain topics that a lot of people are uncomfortable to speak on online, you know. And so I wanted my channel to be something, because y'all know I come and talk about spirituality a lot. When you come and talk about spirituality, it's not like the typical topics that you would see. You're not going to see too many people coming on here talking about stuff like this, because it's too deep, it's too personal, it's too much, okay? But I want my channel to be kind of like a comfort space. You know, that's why I chose to do my video today in my home, because I want y'all to feel comfortable enough to come even watch videos like this, where you feel comfortable enough to be like, okay, yeah, you know, she is right. I do recognize that I have childhood demons that I need to deal with, and I'm glad that she feel comfortable enough to come speak about this. And I wanted to bring y'all on a healing journey with me. I know that this is a topic that a lot of people do not like to discuss, but I'm leaving the floor open for you to discuss whatever you wanted to discuss with me. Whether you want to do it publicly under my comment section, or you want to send me an email, just anything. Like, if you need anybody that you want to talk to and you don't want it to be public, you feel free to reach out to me, okay? I have my email and my Facebook page, okay? And so yeah, I just wanted to just kind of just let y'all know that you are not in this thing alone. And what my spirit is basically feeling led to speak on is the second part that I was going to do with this video. I was going to do it in a special place. So basically what I'm going to do is, when I continue this series, we are going to basically leave off on the video where I talked about childhood demons. But basically this video is just going to be me piggybacking off the video where I talked about do not let everyone watch your children, okay? Obviously, I made that video for a reason, and I did say that I was going to continue a part 2 to that. And it didn't even register to me why I was so emotional about that video. When I told y'all about the little situation and I ended up calling the police, it triggered so many memories from within me. And I didn't then, when I had heard that, when I heard that child screaming and crying, it triggered so many memories for me. And it's just like, why I always come and tell y'all, be mindful of who you let watch your children, because you cannot trust everyone, okay? The person that you would least expect will turn out to be the very person that is hurting your child. And so this is basically going to be ways to know that your children is in danger, ways to know that you have a child molester, a pedophile around your children, okay? And so basically I'm just going to be reflecting on some things that I experienced as a child, that my grandmother, my other siblings did not pick up on, okay? That made me a target victim for child molestation, okay? And so I'm not gonna get emotional today because I already prayed before making this video. But basically the ways to know that this person is a child molester or a pedophile is that they always want to be around this child. And that's the one thing that I can't reflect on and remember, that this particular person that molested me, they always was around me, okay? I was spending like unusual amounts of alone time with this person. That is a red flag. You know what I'm saying? If a person is so keen on, just like I said before in the video, be very leery of a person that's always want to watch your channel. Okay, I know it may seem like it's a nice gesture, they want to help you out and stuff like that, but a lot of times when it's a situation like that, the intentions are not good. Okay, you don't want to put yourself in a situation to where you are placing your child in the hands of some demons. Okay, because people who abuse children, they are carrying some demonic kind of energy, and so you don't want to you don't want to take that chance of your child being in a situation to where they are in danger. Okay, and so basically that's the saying. They always want to be around your child. They're always trying to offer to babysit and think just anything to where they feel like they can have some alone time with this child. I'm just thinking back on the situation, like when you start reliving certain things, I was just thinking back on the situation, like when it started happening to me, I was a small child. I thought it was okay what this person was doing because I knew this person very well, and that's gonna lead me to my next saying. They will try to do any and everything to try to get access to this child. They will try to build a closer relationship with you or other people in the family so that they can break down the barriers. You know what I'm saying? They have an agenda. Okay, they want to have alone time with this child, so they know that the only way they are going to be able to do this is if they help babysit, if they help you with things around your house, if they help you bring groceries in, when they see you getting out the car, just anything to where they can be of some assistance to you. Okay, because a lot of times, this is another thing that y'all need to be on the lookout for. They're always trying to go after people that they feel are in a vulnerable situation. So say for instance, you have a job, you have to be at work at a certain time, you got so many things on your belt, you know, you're doing a lot, okay? And you got some people that are seeking you out because they see that you are in a vulnerable situation, you are in need of something, you need help with this and that, and you need help with your children. And so be very leery of persons. Always seem like they always want to be around you, they're always trying to help you with something. If it feels as though this person is trying to it's gonna seem as though this person got a bird's eye view on your life. This 9 times out of 10, it's a person that is extremely close to you, so they know your ins and outs, they know your goings and comings. Okay, that's saying number 3. Be very leery of your surroundings. Okay, you don't know that people may be watching you. You know what I'm saying? They know your goings and comings. They know what time you leave for work. They know what time you come home. They know what time you leave out to go to the grocery store. They know what time. It's just like certain things like that you need to be very leery of. Some people are watching you because they have an agenda. Okay, their agenda is evil and it's wicked. They want to prey on your child or your children, and so they want you out of the way. And the reason why they know that they are going to probably be able to take out this plan is because you are not going to be around. You are going to be at work. You are going to be at the doctor's office. You are going to be out grocery shopping. It's just something to where the children are going to be alone. Okay? You know how you get that feeling like this person always seems to be around. This person seems to know a little bit too much about my life. This person always seems to be right here when I'm coming from the grocery store. They trying to help me bring the groceries in. They see my kids outside playing. They always want to invite them over to watch a movie, or they always trying to give them money, you know, gifts and stuff for the candy store, the ice cream truck. I always pull up. They always outside when my kids is out there trying to offer them money. They know that I probably don't have the money because I'm struggling. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people know what you are going through. You don't have to tell them nothing. If you are a person that is in need, they're going to be able to pick up on that. They're going to see that is a weakness, okay? This is how some predators operate. They operate off of vulnerabilities, okay? And so they may always be trying to be, the one thing you are going to notice about this person is that they always want to be around your child or children, okay? So please, please be leery of that. Like, I wish that when I was younger, I wish that somebody was around to give my siblings and my grandmother this sort of advice, because I could have been protected. This probably would have never happened to me. But these are the red flags that they didn't pick up on, and so that's why I'm coming and sharing them with y'all. So basically, the next thing is, like I said, with the giving gifts and things like that. The one thing I could say I remember about this particular person that molested me was that they was always offering me money. Always offering me, you know, it started out, I used to like going to the candy store a lot when I was a child. And so this person used to always be offering me money to go to the store. And I'm looking at it like, okay, this person is really nice. You know, they offering me money to go to the store. And after that, I just started to notice that I would always see this person. And it started out as nice gestures, doing nice things for me, okay? The next thing is, they're going to be trying to do certain things with this child, this crossing the boundaries, okay? Physical boundaries, good touch, bad touch. They start off by trying to touch this child in some sort of way. Now, usually they'll start off by, and I'm telling y'all this because I remember all of this, like this is what took place with me. It started out with them trying to play around, picking me up, putting me on their back and stuff like that. I wasn't thinking I was a child, you know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking, okay, this person nice, they playing with me, they my friend. And see, this is another thing too, why pedophiles go after certain individuals. They usually try to target children that they see they may have some sort of issue going on. Like I told y'all, when I grew up, I was a shy girl. You know, I had friends growing up, but I didn't really have too many friends. I was kind of like a loner, you know. I was shy and stuff like that. And so when people are trying to prey, they look for weaknesses, shyness, being quiet, being secluded to yourself. A pedophile is going to see that as a weakness. They're going to try to go after your child because your child may be displaying certain characteristics that, oh, this person quiet, they all to themselves, you know, they don't really got too many people around them, so I can come and try to be their friend, you know, I can offer them money to go to the candy store and stuff like that, just anything to where they can be around this child. And so I just remember that I felt I was alone a lot when I was a child, even though I had family and stuff around me here and there, but it was almost as if I just felt as I was in this world alone. I went through a lot as a child, and the one thing I could say I remember is that I was always looking for, I don't want to put it in this video because I was going to save it, but I was always looking for some sort of attention, you know, because I feel like I wasn't getting it. I told y'all in my previous videos that my grandmother raised me. A lot of times I would be by myself, okay? And so when this person came around, I didn't really see nothing really too much of what they was doing was wrong because they was giving me that attention. And so that's another thing. They will be trying to do things to where they want your child to put all their trust in them. I'm the only person that's here for you. You know, nobody is really paying attention to you. It's all a manipulation thing. And they want your child to feel as though, in a sense, like they have no one but them. Okay? Because if this child is not getting enough attention, that's why I say it's always important to pay attention to your children. You know, I know we have busy lives, we got a lot of things going on, and we can unknowingly neglect certain parts of our children's lives because we got too much going on. You should never be too busy for your children. You should never be so busy to the point to where you are not paying attention to what's going on. You don't know where your child is at. You don't know who they with, okay? You don't notice that they are coming home with money that you never asked them where it came from and stuff like that. Like they're displaying odd kind of behaviors. When the molestation started, my grades started to suffer, okay? One thing I could say was, before the molestation started, I was a scholar in school. You know, I stayed on the honor roll. I was a shy, quiet girl, but I made sure I got my work done. You know, my grandmother did not play. Do not bring anything home lower than a B, Okay, that's why I was always trying to be on the honor roll. I couldn't even bring home a C. That was not good enough. So I was always doing my work and stuff. But when the molestation started, I started to notice that my grades was suffering. It was so much that was taking place with me to where I was not focused on school. I started having behavioral problems in the sense, like I told you, I was a shy girl, and so I used to get bullied in school for being shy. I was getting picked on by teachers and students, and little do they know I was going through a lot. You know, I was being molested, and so I wasn't thinking about school and work because I had too many things going on, and I had other things going on too, family related. It wasn't just the molestation, it was a lot. But I just felt like I grew up too fast, you know. I witnessed a lot, I experienced a lot, and so it was just like my childhood was just flushed down the toilet in a sense, especially when the molestation started. It was just like, if you notice your child's behavior start to change, you start to notice that they're not really paying attention in school, stuff like that. You got to pay attention to stuff like that, especially if it's something that has never happened before and then it just started happening out of nowhere. It's something wrong. A lot of times it's going on with your child. A lot of times a child is looking to, they want affection, they want attention, and sadly to say, it's a lot of parents out here, they do not give their children enough attention and affection, and they're crying out for help in a lot of ways. Okay, their behavior may start to change, you know. Just some key things for y'all to just focus on. I'm just, Lord please, like, Lord please do not let me get emotional. But I was just feeling as though I had a lot on my plate for my age. I just felt like I said, I grew up too fast. Stuff that I was going through, me growing up with drug addictive parents, overly religious grandmother, like, she took care of me, she raised me, but it was a lot of things that was going on too, to where I just was feeling like I never got that attention and that love and affection from her. You know, God rest her soul. She did the best that she could, but she never knew that this was what was going on with me. And this is another thing too about pedophiles, where they like to target certain children. This pedophile may know that your child is quiet, okay? They secluded, they always to themselves. That is the perfect target for a pedophile, okay? And so another thing that you need to take notice of is, just like I said, like, if you start noticing changes in your child behavior, like, all children have their different personalities. They're just, man, a child is so precious. A child is just so full of life, and, you know, but each child have their own unique personality. They got certain quirks about them. Your child may be outspoken and stuff like that. So say for instance, you got a child like that, and then you start to notice that their behavior is changing. And let's say you have a child that is the total opposite. They're not really outspoken. They really shy, they secluded. The one thing I can say I noticed about me was I had always been a shy girl, but when this molestation started, I became a complete mute. I felt as though I was a prisoner to my silence. You know, I kept my mouth closed because this was something that was taking place that was supposed to be a secret. It was eating me up inside. It was really bothering me, and there were plenty of times to where I wanted to tell someone what was going on with me, but I was afraid. You know, I was afraid of this person. They was molesting me for a nice little minute, and so they had kind of, in a sense, gained control over me to the point where I didn't want to open up and tell nobody about it. And I just became a complete mute. I went through a lot as a child. I used to get picked on and bullied so much for being quiet. I was already shy and quiet to begin with. Then I just became a complete mute. Like, some of the kids in the class used to think it was something wrong with me, like I was slow or retarded or something. It was nothing wrong with me. I could do the work. It just wasn't my focus. But if you start to notice that your child behavior is changing, they was introverted, but now all of a sudden they mute, they don't want to talk about nothing, they are real secretive about everything. You start noticing that they're kind of hiding things from you when they never did before. Just behavioral changes that you should take notice of, that is going to let you know that something is going on. Who are they really spending most of their time around? A lot of times when this situation happened, where they're having all this time. That's why I say, having a busy life, having children, you have to have a balance with that. Like, I really do feel like when you have children, it's not about you no more, okay? It's about that child. And so most of your time should be dedicated to your children, okay? Grandchildren, foster children, whatever you want to call it. You have to give those children attention, love, affection, so that they don't become prey to a child molester, okay? So, with that being said, this child molester is probably going to try to put fear in your child to stop your child from telling on them. I was so afraid. I grew up in a strict household. My grandmother was really strict, okay? She wasn't that nice of a person. And I'm just coming in keeping it real, okay? But another way that your child can become a target for a pedophile is because they see the way that you treat your children. Okay, so if you always yelling at them, you always cursing at them, spanking them, and doing all type of abuse, basically, that pedophile is going to see your child as a target because they're already being mistreated. And so that's going to make them susceptible to more abuse. That's how you got to be mindful of how you treat people. Please be mindful of your behavior around your children. Show your child love and affection and attention. Don't be that type of parent that you always yelling at your child about something. The child can't never seem to do anything right in your ass. Like, people are seeing that. People are seeing how you are treating your children. And that is why your child is a target 9 times out of 10. I said this was going to be a tough video, but I just got to come and keep it real because this is a lot of things that people do not want to talk about. Okay? I said I was going to come and discuss the uncomfortable topics. This is how toxicity and dysfunction forms within families, because a lot of people feel like certain behaviors are normal and it's not. Okay? People are paying attention to how you are treating your children. Okay, are you that parent that's always yelling at your child when you go out in public, in the grocery store, and stuff like that? People are paying attention to how you treat your children. Okay? And so, if you sitting up yelling and screaming at your child 24/7, putting hands on your child, other people may be witnessing it and stuff like that, your child 9 times out of 10 is going to become a target for a pedophile because they already see that you are basically neglecting your child. You are mistreating your child. And this person has 9 times out of 10 took notice to this. So be mindful of that. Pay attention to stuff like that, you know? Another thing you need to be mindful of too, just like I said in my video about do not let everyone watch your children, while I said don't have your kids with just any and everybody. Like, I had so many babysitters growing up. So many people's houses I went to where they had to watch me and stuff like that until my grandmother got home, or, you know, she just had some things going on to where I had to go to this person's house, that person's house. Don't do that to your child. You know what I'm saying? That's going to make them more susceptible to sexual abuse as well, because in a sense, and I hate to bring it up like this, I hate to come in, I'm not trying to put nobody on the spot or get down on nobody parenting skills and no stuff like that, but I just gotta come and keep it real. This is something that I experienced, and this is just something that I want to share with y'all. But it's gonna seem as though you are being neglectful in a sense when you are being careless about who you have them around. Okay, they going to Miss Pam house this week, then they going to Mr. Tom house next week. Then after that, they going to a church member house, Mr. and Mrs. Williams. Then after that, they going to, you see what I'm saying? Like, your children basically being tossed around. Okay, that is going to make your child a target for abuse. Finding a person that you really feel like you can trust. And this is not to say that just because you got one person that you feel like you can trust, because we can't really trust so many people, because it would be the very person that you would least expect. But if you can, try to limit as many people as you can being around your children. Okay, this go for family members too. Like, you can't let a whole bunch of family members be watching your kids, you know. You got so many stories upon stories and testimonies of people that come and share how they were molested by a family member, a friend, a neighbor, and stuff like that. They always said how they was always with this person, that person, that person. And I gotta agree with that because I went through the same thing, you know. You cannot, like when I say when it comes to having children, it's certain things you have to give up. When you take on the responsibility of caring for a child, you have to give that child your full attention, okay? This is why a lot of people grow up and they end up resenting their parents, their siblings, because they were neglecting them when they were children. They didn't give them enough love, attention, and affection, okay? And so, trying to think of some more sense to where that your child may be being abused. Changes in their appearance. Oh Lord, please give me the strength. Changes in their behavior. You start to notice that your children is acting odd, like they picking up certain behaviors that are not normal for a child. You know how they say, oh, that child too grown for their age, or that child fast, or that child this, that child that. A child just don't become like that just out of the blue. 9 times out of 10 they are learning this behavior from someone else, okay? And this someone else is an adult 9 times out of 10. This child would not know to do these things unless they learned it from this particular person, okay? Because I be hearing that so much, especially throughout the Black community. Like, growing up, people saying, oh, you fast, you this and that. And when your child is starting to pick up on certain behaviors that are not normal, whether it be sexual, whether it's just anything to where they're not acting like a child, that is another way to let you know that they are probably being abused, okay? Their sexual behavior is not normal for their age, stuff like that. You know, when I say you never know what a child is going through, and see, when it comes to children, I really do strongly feel like, and I don't know if I'm the only person that feel like this, people feel like children are just not human or something, like they just are dumb or something, like they don't. Children are very smart for their age. Children are like sponges, you know, they absorb a lot, okay? They are very observant, they take in a lot of things that we do as adults, or things that you might have seen as a child from adults. You don't know that a child is always watching you, okay? Whether you want to believe it or not. You may do certain things the way you feel like this child didn't notice it or this child didn't see it. Certain kind of lifestyle you may be living, certain things you may be partaking in can be a reason why your child can be acting like this as well. Like, say for instance, you drink, you smoke, fornicate, whatever it is you're doing. You may be a single parent, you always got a whole bunch of men or women in and out of your house and your life and stuff, and your children have seen this. You have so many boyfriends and girlfriends and stuff like that. They see this and they feel like this behavior is normal, okay? And so that's another thing that can make them susceptible to abuse, because they see it coming from their mother, their father, their sister, their brother, just anybody. Children are always watching us, whether we want to believe it or not, okay? So how you live your lifestyle can be a reason why your child has become a target for abuse. But yeah, like I said, the way you be living your life, your child is picking up on that type of behavior. You are an adult and your child is a child. And so certain things you need to be mindful that you do around them, because they can be picking it up. They go around somebody else, you getting a call from Mr. and Mrs. Williams from church. They telling you that your child is doing this and that. Then you got people looking at you sideways like, where's your parental skills? Like, well, how is it that your child know all of this at their age? Okay? And so that's another thing I wanted to share. Changing your child appearance. You know, children that are abused, more oftentimes they develop quicker at their age, okay? Because they are being opened up to things that are way beyond their understanding, their mental development. Their body is responding to whatever is going on with them. And so that's why in certain instances they are developing quicker. Okay, so if you start noticing that, that's probably gonna be another video for another day. But you got some girls out here that's 8, 9 years old getting their period early. You know, little girls out here just, this is another way to let you know that a child is being abused too. Is when they try to be, you see, this is the thing. Pay attention to that child where they are being overly affectionate with you. Like, say for instance, you agree to watch this child. You start to notice that they are being overly affectionate with your children or with other children, trying to hug and kiss on your children, like, you know, like their boyfriend and girlfriend or something like that. Abnormal kind of behavior, you know what I'm saying? They may be displaying it with you. They may come and hug you a little bit too close. They may try to, you know, touch on you and stuff like that. So you can tell when a child is being abused because they display certain sexual behavior that is not normal for their age. Okay, and so if you notice this about this child is being abused. Okay, and another thing too I wanted to add about children behavior, why I said pay attention to children. Say for instance, you babysit for other people. Pay attention to these children, because a lot of times when people agree to babysit, they don't be really watching your kids. Okay, the kids be watching themselves. Basically, okay, if somebody asks you, can you watch my child? Actually watch that child, because this is another way too to let you know that a child is being abused too, because you have to watch children around other children. Okay, you got some children out here that are abusing other children. Child on child molestation, stuff like that does happen. Okay, and that's another reason why I'm putting this saying up in this video too. You supposed to be watching little Trey, but you don't know he in the room with your daughter Tiara trying to touch on her. Okay, she said, come back telling you, talking about, mommy, why is Trey coming over this weekend? Why he coming over here? I don't want him coming over here. You know, she may not even tell you. Then little Trey touching on her. Okay, little Trey don't know no better. He just doing this because this is what he has learned from someone else 9 times out of 10. When you agree to watch someone's children, watch that child. Actually watch them. Okay? And then don't be one of those type of people where you notice some odd behavior from a child and you don't say nothing about it. You know, you may be the type of person that may say something like, oh, well, you know, that ain't really my business. But so if you witness some odd behavior from a child, like sexual behavior at that's not normal for their age, you need to mention it to the parents. You need to say something. Okay, like I said, a lot of times a child is screaming out for help in so many different ways. Okay, they may be doing this stuff because they want you to take notice so that you can step in and help them, because they can be being abused by the people that you made the agreement to watch their child. Okay, they doing this stuff around you. You ain't even paying no attention because you too caught up in what you got going on. Okay, you taking their money, but you're not even really, you're not doing what you said you was gonna do. You agreed to watch them, so watch them. Okay, you can't trust a lot of babysitters either, and that's just gonna, like I said, that's gonna be an ongoing series. But that's just kind of like shedding light of things that be going on. Some children have been exposed to too much. Okay. And it don't even necessarily have to be that a parent is abusing them at home. And this is another thing too. If it's not a situation where the child is being abused at home, they can be picking up these certain behaviors from things that they are watching, okay, on TV. Like I said, how you live your life. What do you watch? Do you be watching all type of lewd, exposure kind of videos? Do they be watching a lot of Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B, you know, them sexy red videos? Like, you be playing that type of stuff in the house when you be with your friends, y'all be turning up, you know. Like I say, the way you live your life, it's like a trickle down kind of effect to your child. And so you playing all this kind of vulgar music, your child looking at this stuff, and so they emulating it. They going to other people's houses that you are dating, babysit, and they acting out this stuff, trying to do all this stuff
with other kids and stuff like this, stuff that's just not normal for their age. Like, your child shouldn't be watching those sexy red Meg Thee Stallion, Cardi B twerking, all that type. They shouldn't be watching that type of stuff. Yeah, like I said, it be all type of stuff to be going on with kids. Like, kids knowing lyrics to certain songs that they shouldn't. They know certain lyrics way better than they know they ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Like, that's a problem. That needs to be a separate video all on its own.
It could be somebody at school that is abusing them. If you watching them this weekend, they probably got somebody else down the block watching them next week. So that person can be abusing them. Okay? So yeah, a lot of times children are doing certain things because they want attention. Okay, so if you're not watching them and they displaying certain kind of behavior, they gonna start trying to do it to your child. You got children. Then your child scared to come tell you. Like I said, it's a cycle. You know, you got things going on within families, generational curses of child molestation. Okay, this stuff goes on within families, black families specifically. I mean, this happened all around the world, but I'm just speaking, it's me being a black woman. Stuff like this does happen. Okay, people try to cover stuff up. You can't do that. It's the reason why they say it takes a village to raise a child. This child can be screaming out for your help in so many different ways. They want you to step in and intervene. They want you to give that affection that they are not receiving at home. And see, this is another thing too. Why I say be careful how you treat your children, because you're not giving them enough love, attention, and affection. This pedophile know that. So they stepping in and they giving your child affection and they going over and beyond with it. Okay? Your child feel like that type of stuff is okay. They like, okay, I don't get this from my mom and daddy at home. They don't hug me, they don't kiss me, they don't tell me they love me. They feel like it's okay. We got to talk about this type of stuff. You might have had certain instances where you see where this child was acting weird, sexual stuff, and you may question this child and be like, okay, where did you get this from? Like, this ain't, now you're not supposed to be hugging me like that. Why are you kissing on my daughter Ashley like that? Why Timothy told me that you tried to pull his pants down? Why Ashley told me that you trying to go in the bathroom with her? Where did you get this from? You know, you're not supposed to go in the bathroom with nobody else. Why are you trying to keep steady going in the bathroom? You see they end up taking a bath. That's bathroom time. That's private time. You don't share bathroom private moments with nobody else. Okay, that's another way to let you know that a child is being abused. They are displaying odd sexual behavior for their age, and you know that they couldn't get this from nobody else but an adult. That's a huge red flag. Okay, a flaming red flag. That should have been number 1. Okay, but yeah, just those are the signs right there. I don't want to keep this video running for too long. Like I said, I'm going to keep the series ongoing about this because, like I said, I'm taking you on this healing journey with me. We are releasing these childhood demons, and I'm going to do it in an educational way. Okay, I'm going to do it in a way to where my spirit is feeling led to do it this way. You know, I want to be able to help anybody out here that has experienced this sort of thing, or they have came upon a situation to where they feel like this may be going on. These are the signs right here. Okay. So yeah, hopefully I got something from this video. Hopefully it helped you in some way. Continue to protect your soul and spirit. Protect your children as well, okay? And I will talk to y'all in the next video.